Now, interestingly enough, let's keep a couple more minutes here with Peter King. You have the Cowboys as the top seed in the NFC and not making the championship game, which means they get one and done in the playoffs after being a 1 seed. That would be a crusher, clearly, and yet another example of the Cowboys being a touch fugazi and giving their fans an exciting year. What do you think, Peter, about this season?
Well,
here?
I thought when I sat down and tried to figure out sort of where everybody landed in the playoffs and winning divisions, I looked at the Cowboys and I thought, this is the team that if you look at their path to the 1 seed, look at everybody's path to the 1 seed, it's got to start with an advantageous division schedule. And when you think about the Cowboys in the division, I mean, in my opinion, I'd be surprised if they don't go 4-0 against Washington and New York.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you say that you would be surprised? Let's say New Orleans. Do you think New Orleans will go 4-0 against Atlanta and Carolina? Maybe. But I think Dallas is much more likely to run the table against the 2 weak sisters in the East than anybody else in the NFC. I think San Francisco is going 4-0 against the Rams and the Cardinals. I don't think so. They might, but it's going to be a lot harder, I think, than for Dallas to go 4-0 against those two teams. So you start there, and then you just say, you look at how explosive they're going to be on offense. And Rich, I think the real under-the-radar position group in the NFL this year is the Dallas defensive front.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I'm not even counting Dontari Poe in here because I'm not positive what he has left. But, and, you know, you can't count on Aldon Smith, but everything that you've heard in the offseason is that Aldon Smith has really got his head back together. And if he does, this is the guy who on Monday Night Football 8 years ago had 5.5 sacks against the Bears. And again, that was 8 years ago, so that's a lifetime in football. I don't know what's going to happen, but even if he's just a rotational piece for 250 snaps, Everson Griffin and DeMarcus Lawrence as your bookend guys, and occasionally you sub in Aldon Smith, I don't know. I think they could be every bit as good as San Francisco in rushing the passer this year.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.